Welcome everyone. Today we are discussing our lecture 2 and our topic is Hubbard's law. We see firstly the introduction about Hubbard's law, then the law of what the law stated here and it is compared to the redshift. Then we see some of the implications of the Hubbard's law. So firstly let's see the introduction. As in a free time we look at the sky, then what we see? We see the star. And what this star where they are not changing their position, that is they seems to be steady. So what we have seen here that if we look at the sky, we observe that the universe filled with stars, galaxies and cluster of galaxies. So as our universe is filled with all this, they are seen to be steady and unchanging, but this is an illusion. So what the astronomical observation says, because as it is illusion, so there is an astronomical observation. What this is, this Hubbard's law will be found from the redshift in the galaxies. As we have discussed earlier about the redshift. What the redshift is? The redshift is due to the Doppler effect. That is, when the light is coming from the distant galaxy, we see there is a change in a wavelength of that light when it is received by an observer or by our galaxy. Then there is a change in a frequency or wavelength. Then this change in a wavelength is shifted toward the red end of the spectrum, that is toward the higher wavelength. And the change in a wavelength is directly proportional, that is wavelength is directly proportional to the distance. So Hubbard's were compared the distance between the galaxies is directly proportional to its wavelength, and it is directly proportional also to the velocity of galaxies as they are moving. So the Hubble's compare this redshift to the velocity of recession of a galaxy, that is how much they are moving from each other. The distance we are changing from each other is directly proportional to the velocity of recession of galaxy, and this is from the redshift. So let's see what the astronomical observation says. Astronomical observation reveals that the spectrum of the galaxies is shifted towards the red end of the spectrum, right? Because they are shifting towards the red end of the spectrum, this red shift is due to the Doppler shift effect, as we have seen earlier. And this Doppler shift infers the expansion of the intergalactic spaces. That is, this redshift is directly giving the expansion of the universe, and this expansion is nothing but the galaxies are receding from us. This means that the universe is state of violent expansion. That is, this redshift will give you that our universe is expanding. And knowing the redshift, one can get the distance of very remote objects from their velocities. That is what the redshift gives. Redshift is directly proportional to the distance between remote object and from us and to their velocities. Okay, so this is useful for developing the Hubble's law. So Hubble's compare this redshift, that is the velocity between the galaxies, to their distance. So this is Hubble's law state here that the Hubble's compare the distance of the galaxies with their respective speeds and concluded that there is a linear relation between velocity and distance in the form. So the velocity, what the Hubble's law stated, this is stated in this equation 1a, which means velocity of precession of galaxy is directly proportional to the distance of the galaxies. Okay, that is how much our galaxies are moving apart, their velocity, how fastly they are moving from us is directly proportional to the distance of the galaxy. And how we calculate this distance? We calculate the light coming from the distant galaxy, and when it is received by us, so this distance will be counted in light years. Okay, so this distance is directly proportional. So that the change in the wavelength will give you a distance of the galaxy, and this gives you a velocity of recession of a galaxy. So from this we can calculate at what rate our galaxies are moving from each other, or our universe, at what rate our universe is expanding. So Hubble's law directly gives the rate of the expansion of the universe. In terms of redshift, we express this law as Z is taken as a redshift parameter. So the redshift is nothing but the change in wavelength, that is delta lambda upon lambda. This is a change in wavelength. It's directly proportional to L, that is distance. We take capital L as a distance. We can write this law in the form also as delta lambda upon lambda is equals to L upon C, and H0 is a proportionality constant and C is the velocity of light. So because in a shift we are taking the light coming from the distant galaxy, so we take C as the velocity of light. So here what Z denotes? Z denotes the redshift parameter. What the lambda denotes? The wavelength of the light emitted by distant galaxy. What is L denotes? Astronomical distance of a galaxy from Earth. H0 is taken as the proportionality constant, which is called as Hubble's constant. And C denotes the velocity of light. So equation 1 stated here that velocity of recession of galaxy is directly proportional to the distance of a galaxy, and which is in terms of a redshift parameter. This both the equation 1a and 1b will called as the Hubble's law. And the recent estimate of H0. H0 is our Hubble's constant. So the estimate of this H0 is calculated as 1 upon H0 is equals to 1.8 plus minus 0.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 10 years. This H0 is also called as the to estimating the age of the universe, because this can be concluded why it is called as the age of a universe from the implication of the Hubble's law. So what are the implications of Hubble's law? Our first implication is that, what the first implication says, if the galaxies are moving apart, we are saying that they are moving apart because we are calculating their distance. Okay, so as they are moving apart, what it means, then once they must have been closer together, right? That is, if they are moving apart from each other, so once they must be closer together. This is our first implication of Hubble's law. And noting the law in equation 1, the time taken for any pair of galaxies must be same. If we take any two pair in a universe of a galaxies, then the time period taken for moving the pair is same. This is from the law, because we are saying that the recession is directly proportional to their distance. So velocity of recession is directly proportional to distance, means the time taken for this pair will be same, and hence they must have all been closer together at the same time in the past. What it means? It means that all the galaxies were closer together at one point in the past, and they are starting moving from each other by some explosion that we will say in a Big Bang theory. So they are moving from each other with the same velocity, same distance, and therefore the time taken for moving them apart will be same. Okay, and thus we say that they must have been closer together at the same time in the past. And from this second implication, we say that thus all the matter in the universe have been centered at the one point, which is situation before Big Bang. So what this says, they must be closer together at a one point. That is, this is the center point. And this situation we will see in a Big Bang theory. So that theory in a Big Bang will reveal you that once our universe will be centered at one point, and due to the explosion in that point, our universe will be expanding due to that. Okay, so this theory is in a Big Bang theory, and therefore these implications all will give you that our universe will be at the center in the past, and it is at a one point. So this Hubble's law will give you the evidence for the theory of Big Bang theory. Taking into account the value of h0, the time since the galaxy begins to move apart will be 20,000 million years, which is the age of the universe. So because h0 is the proportionality constant, and that proportionality constant, that is Hubble's constant, will give you the age of the universe, because it is a rate at which our universe is expanding. So this will be taken as a time period. Okay, and that time period, because our universe will be at the center at one point in the past, so the total time period taken by this for expansion of the universe for the present now, it is given as the 20,000 million years, and which is called as the age of the universe. That is, from the beginning up till now, our universe will have taken 20,000 million years. Okay, so in this way we have discussed the Hubble's law, and this Hubble's law is simply nothing but the velocity of precession of galaxies is directly proportional to the distance of galaxies, and that is our, this concept will become from the redshift or Doppler shift in the spectrum. Okay, so here we concluded our topic. Thank you everyone.